wanted to discuss a topic that was brought up on Strong Prison Wives on the Facebook page the other day, and it was about support and how these type of prison relationships require a lot of support between one another, both people in the relationship, as well as from friends and family and support groups like ours, like Strong Prison Wives. But the question was how you support each other in your relationship. And I thought this was such an excellent question because it's true. If I didn't have the support of Adam, I wouldn't be here. There's no way. He supported me through not only, issues and trials and tribulations in our relationship together, but also in things in my life on the outside, work, family, that kind of thing. As much as he can, and he is basically my rock and my go-to person. He's my best friend and my main support. So how we go about doing that is I'm going to back up to the beginning of our relationship. Adam and I decided, we promised each other from the very, very, very beginning that we could work with anything, we could work around anything as long as it is the truth. So one thing that we've never, ever, ever done to each other is lie. We have built, it's taken a lot of work and a lot of effort, and there were a lot of times where it would have been easier just to tell a lie, but, we've built our relationship with a foundation of trust, and that's what you need in order to, I believe, have a healthy relationship and to be able to support somebody, because there are plenty of times where it would have been so much easier, for me to not be embarrassed or, have to come clean about things or, even like little things that potentially could hurt him, that it would have just been so much easier to be dishonest. But I owe it to him and I owe it to myself and our relationship to be 100% honest at all times. It's easy for me to, since I have that foundation of trust in our relationship, and I think I trust him, I trust my life in his hands. I think I trust him more than anybody else in this world, that it's easy for me to go to him when I need support, when I'm feeling vulnerable, upset, sad about anything, and I just always know that he's going to have the exact thing that I need to hear, that he's going to say precisely what I need to hear every single time. And it's usually just a matter of a couple words of support. And I read something not that long ago, and I can't remember who said it or where I read it. I wish I did so I could give credit where it's due. But it said that sometimes a true friend and true support is somebody who doesn't necessarily always try to make everything better and try to find a resolution and try to, brush your pain under the rug, but that could actually sit there and cry tears with you and be sad with you and say, there's nothing I can do to fix this, but, I'm here with you and for you. So a lot of times, he doesn't have the right answer, but just knowing that he's there fighting with me through whatever I'm going through makes it that much easier. The prime example that I can think of was a couple years ago when I found out my mother was diagnosed with cancer. He's my go-to person that I found out on Christmas Day. Sad, but my parents, I think I've stated this in another video. I'll restate it because I don't remember what video that was to point you to it. But I know it was back in February, at the end of February, that I posted it, only because it was right around when my mom had a surgery. But, he's my go-to person. So the first thing I wanted to do was pick up my phone and call him, which I can't do, so I did the second best thing, and I picked up my phone and I emailed him, and I think it just was like SOS, my mom has cancer, or like something really, really short and curt and to the point, like, how do you sugarcoat that one, how do you beat around the bush with that one? So it was just like, no, I think it was, the title was WTF, and the body was something along the lines of, I just found out my mom has cancer, or something like that. So, unfortunately, it was later in the night, and he didn't get it until after. He was already locked in for the night, so he didn't get it until the next morning. So the first thing he did was pick up the phone and call me. And how do you make that better? There's no way to make that better, but he was just there with, with his shoulder for me to cry on, with love, with support. Did that over and over and over again, from something so extreme like a family member having cancer, surgeries, people being sick, potential of losing my job. The first thing he did was went into work mode as soon as I told him. It was at a visit. Towards the end, the next day, he came to me with a list of ideas of businesses that I could start or things that I could do. And he worked his ass off for the next few weeks, writing content for me, to design a website, to start a business on my own. And I didn't ask for this. He did it out of love and support for me. And I know that he would do anything like that for me, just as likewise he knows that I will do anything that he needs me to do to support him. So, a lot of times support, we think monetary, but it's not necessarily financial. And I know, unfortunately, almost every male, it's just a testosterone thing, but every guy in that position feels like a piece of shit because they can't financially support their family. And I know it weighs on most of them, but in turn, they can support us in so many other ways. So, I hope that answers the question. I keep losing my train of thought. Thank God the weather cleared up. It's turned into, again, gorgeous. It was only probably max 15 or 20 minutes of crazy downpours before. Then it drizzled for a little, and then thankfully it passed because I was nervous. I was going to stop drinking water. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to have to get out of the car and go to the bathroom with this hair. This is funny. It's a fun challenge. Half fun and half petrifying. I wouldn't be so OCD about something if I didn't spend so much money on it, so I can't just go back and get another one. It took me a while to save up for it, so I'm trying to get the best out of it. The hairdresser explained it to me, just like with anything else. The better you take care of it, the longer it's going to last. So I want to get every penny worth and every day out of it. It does last 4 months. If you guys want the details of keratin treatment, I will be happy to list them below or do a video about it. Like I said, it's expensive. There are cheaper alternatives, such as there's one called the Brazilian Blowout, which I believe is a form of keratin. It's just, I don't know the differences between the two, but I can find out. There's also Japanese straightening, which is a little bit older. It's kind of damaging to your hair. I've never done it because I've heard a lot of horror stories. But, there are options and alternatives. There are also keratin-enriched shampoos that you can use that are obviously not as strong and long-lasting as the treatments, but they do help. So if anybody is in the Frizzy Hair Club with me, I will be more than happy to do a video of how to help tame your lion lady hair as I have. So I guess that's it on the support. If I think of anything else, I know there was 1,000 thoughts going through my head, but I can't seem to hold a train of thought right now. So you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Keep smiling, keep supporting both each other in your relationship and fellow families and loved ones, and especially wives of prisoners, girlfriends of course are included, partners, mothers, fathers, I guess any family member of prisoners, because as stated on the Facebook page, and I will link you to it, this lifestyle requires a lot of support, and we don't get it from the outside world. We don't get it from a lot of people. Oftentimes we don't get it from our own families and friends. So it leads to a lot of seclusion, a lot of feeling of emptiness, loneliness, and that kind of thing. And once again, as I say all the time, that's what Strong Prison Wives was developed for, because we don't, Annette and I really, really worked hard. We're working hard on reaching as many people as we can, because we know this lifestyle and we know how hard it can be and how lonely and just how isolating it is. So if you know of anybody who needs some love and support, encouragement, empowerment, I've gotten emails from a few prison husbands as well. So if we need a couple resident prison husbands, it would be great. Even former inmates themselves, who are also wonderful, because they offer a lot of insight into what our loved ones are going through, as well as they know the love and support that we offer and need. So they're also very encouraging. So babbling, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Like I said, keep smiling, keep supporting, keep loving. Lots of my love from my heart to yours. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Please hang up and try again.